Coaches Show, head volleyball coach Clay Webb talks about his new rosters and previews next week's matchups with Benedictine Mesa. Welcome in everyone to another episode of the Buccaneers Coaches Show. We are out hanging out with one of our favorite sponsors at Top Golf and both of our volleyball teams and our head men's and women's volleyball coach, Clay Webb. Coach, how are you today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
So I know you guys have been getting at it and you guys have a game next Monday. Both your teams playing Ben U.
We do.
How are you guys feeling?
We're excited. We're excited to get after it. I know both programs have been kind of nipping at the bit to get going. So we've had a good week of practice last week, and we've started off this week on a positive note. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and you know both of your teams have new faces and new places. On the women's side, let's start there. You know you're gonna have Autumn Wood returning, but she's gonna have a lot of help. McKenna, Miranda Bacon, Amanda Jonovich. What does having that new depth do for you as a coach and as a team?
Sure. No, it just makes us a little bit more versatile. You know, it allows us to do some more things offensively, and you know, we actually got stronger defensively as well by those guys joining us because they're good at the net as well.
Yeah, you touched on the defense, and on the back end, you brought in a really big recruit from ASU, Patty Patton. What can we expect out of her this year?
You know, I think just the expectation as far as the whole program is concerned, you know, the accountability factor, everyone's holding each other to a high standard. So, you know, the expectation is high with this team. We all want to compete at a high level. You know, our goal is to go out and compete and try to win a CalPAC championship.
Yeah, record-wise, you were one of the more solid teams last year, and you know another recruit that you brought in is Liz Clement, and she's going to give you some height up front.
No doubt.
How helpful is that?
You know, she's come in and she's been a big factor for us. You know, in practice, she's been adding a bigger body to kind of practice against, you know, allowing our hitters to kind of work around her and whatnot. So it's been nice.
Yeah, and then on the men's side, you really have a lot of new faces to work with here. You're missing some important guys from last year, but you filled that slot. So how are you planning to fill some of those slots hitter-wise?
Sure. So, you know, we've got a couple guys. We brought in Trey Smith, who we've kind of transitioned to play a different pin position for us. He's got a heavy arm, pretty dynamic athlete there as well. Xander Thez, he's our big middle. He's going to do some things for us in the front row. So, you know, those two names are there. And then, you know, Hunter Miller is a setter that we brought in as well. He's really dynamic. He's been competing with our other setter, Cooper. So I'm excited to see them compete as well.
Yeah, I know Hunter and Cooper are both going to play big roles. So going into Ben U, that's two very good programs over there, so what are you looking for out of your teams to maybe come out with a win?
Sure. So on the women's side of things, you know, we want to go in there and compete at an extremely high level. You know, we have the expectation to go in and kind of just minimize us, you know, control our side of the net and do what we can to hopefully walk away with the win. And then on the men's side of things, knowing that they're top-ranked NAIA program right now. They've played a couple matches. Just trying to slow their big hitters down is our biggest goal. There's a couple players there that we know and know well from last year, and you know, if we can capitalize on our side, I think we can compete with them just the same.
Yeah, and then hopefully after your wins on Monday, we're on the Ben and Clay show next week, talking about 2 victories. So what's planned next week? Any ideas?
You know, I think we got to go off the cusp. I'm thinking maybe pull out a wig or 2. You know, that's always fun. It's keeping all of our viewers on their toes.
Yeah, what time does that go out?
Noon.
Noonish?
Noonish on Tuesday. Yeah,
noonish.
You know, we kind of get there noonish, 12:30. You know, how the day goes and progresses. So.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck next week. Have some fun blowing off some steam here before the season starts.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back here 2 weeks from now with the Coaches Show. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.